This is my medical pouch that I carry with me when I'm doing bushcraft and also when I'm hiking. When I'm hiking, I tend to use a large backpack, and this will go inside towards the bottom somewhere. For that reason, I've got a couple of patches on the front and make it clear that this is where all of the medical kit is. This is a Condor medical pouch, and it's one that has molly attachment on the back. When I'm doing bushcraft and I'm taking one of my smaller packs, I tend to have this attached to the outside, usually on the left hand side of the pack. What I like about this pouch is that the back rips off and you can just grab the pouch itself and carry it, use it, chuck it in the back of the car as needed. I'm not really going to go into the pouch. There's lots of reviews online on those, so I'll just show you the contents of what I've got in it now. You may not be able to see inside there. I've just got a small tarpaulin folded up on the lawn. So I'll start off. The main first component I'll take out is my splint. This is just a foldable metallic one, and I have it folded up so that it fits in the bag. Standard bandages, there's one of each kind. I don't think I've ever used them, but they're there just in case. So open weave bandage, medium dressing, and crate bandage. I have a packet of sticking plasters and also blister plasters as well, so they just basically go on the feet and help with managing blisters. That is effectively my boo-boo kit. Occasionally I will cut myself. The last time I did so was fording a small stream. Put my hand down on some razor grass and a very nice cut to the end of the finger, which bled profusely. In the end, I ended up wrapping a small piece of flax around it, and just putting some compression on it, and then it gave me time to apply a plaster. These things are just some cleaning wipes. I don't normally carry these, but I had space in the pouch, and also I have some burn cream as well. I have a nasal tube, which I really should learn how to use, but it came in the medical kit that I had, so I just carry it. And then I have some small dressings and a swab. And I also have some large wound dressings as well, just two of those chest dressings, I think they actually are. The next part is I have some sulphur. When I usually cut myself, a little bit of that goes on just as a antiseptic. And I also carry a oximeter. Now I use this quite a lot. It just goes on the end of the finger, and push the button, it will measure my oxygen levels and give me my pulse rate. Now the reason I use this is for hill walking and altitude work, but primarily when walking up hills. Being slightly overweight, I have the problem where I've got a pack pushing down on my chest, and I also have fat pushing up on my lungs. Now what happens is when I'm going uphill, it becomes harder and harder to walk, and I start breathing more and more heavily, and eventually I find it almost impossible to walk. So when I put this on, I find that my oxygen levels have dropped down to around, sometimes as low as 80%, which is quite low, and effectively all I really need to do is just stand still and wait for the oxygen levels to come back up again. It usually takes about 30 seconds to a minute, but also as I start to get low on oxygen, my heart rate goes up. So I use this for managing my heart rate as well as I do with my watch. So I like to keep my heart rate when I'm going uphill around 135 beats per minute, and usually if I have to stop and rest, about a minute later my heart rate will drop down to about 90 or 80 or something like that. So that's the reason why I carry that. I have a tourniquet just in case somebody seriously cuts themselves. Some of the knives can be quite sharp, and also in areas where there's hunting going on, there is a tendency for people to sometimes injure themselves. So it's a bit of an interesting item, but you never know, and I guess I could use it for other things as well should I need to. An Israeli bandage, just a standard heavy duty bandage. Some paracetamol tablets, and some Panadol tablets, and some anti-shitter tablets should I drink water that's not good for me. And I also have a quick clot bandage. For the utility side of things, just the standard, I have some electrical tape. Now I use this sometimes instead of a plaster. It's quite good because it's stretchy and it's waterproof. What I can do is I can just put it over a wound quickly and leave it on quite loosely, sometimes just over the top of a gauze bandage. Other times I can just pull it just slightly tighter and just apply a little bit of pressure. I shouldn't really be carrying this anymore because I've got the appropriate pieces of things, but it's also handy for other things as well when I'm camping, so it's just my spare roll of tape. Pins for bandages and that. I do not have a triangular bandage with me at the moment, but I will get some. Some medical tape, I've never used it. Now these are makeup pads. I find them really good for wiping things down and cleaning things, so I usually carry half a dozen. These aren't sterile by any means, so a pair of scissors and a pair of tweezers and various instruction booklets, a pair of gloves, more instructions, and a thermometer, a single-use thermometer. It's just a small pull-out one that gives you a scale, and some small pair of scissors and tweezers and toothpicks. And that's really all I carry with me. It doesn't weigh too much. I haven't actually put it on scales, but I think somewhere it's around the nature of 500 grams or somewhere around there. The only thing missing is the triangular bandage. I'll probably pick one of those up at a certain time. I do tend to wear a cravat or a shemagh sometimes, so they can also be of use. But I'd like to put something in my medical kit. And that's really just a quick summary of my kit.